Have you ever wondered what will happen if Ayanokoji never goes to advanced nurturing high school? Ayanokoji is the reason why Class D could become what they are right now, and without him, there will be no future for them. Ayanokoji's presence is like a butterfly effect. He is the one who caused the big storm that will soon approach. But what will happen if Ayanokoji keeps his word and just lives a normal high school life without seeking any trouble? Without Ayanokoji, this is what will happen to the story.
Let's start with the event from the first volume. With or without Ayanokoji, D class will still lose all their class points. The first turning point will be if they could pass the midterm exam or not. In the original story, we know that Ayanokoji manages to get a leap from a third year, and after that, he uses 100,000 points to save Pseudo. Without Ayanokoji, I could say at least 3 students will get expelled: Pseudo, Yamochi, and maybe even more. Without a doubt, Horikita cannot save them, and she will most likely get beaten by her brother. However, if Pseudo got expelled so early, who's going to become Ryuin target for his little experiment in Volume 2? Ryuin picked Pseudo as his target because Pseudo was so easily provoked and has a tendency to use violence. Are there any other students who meet that criteria? Ryuin might choose students from other classes, such as Kido, but because he wants to save Class A for last, he will pick students from Class D. The most possible victim will be Miyaka. Ryuin knows about him because they are delinquents from the same district, so it will be easy to frame him for starting a fight. Miyaki trial will not be so easy for him. I'm not sure if they could bring Sakura as a witness or not. There is a good chance Sakura will get expelled in the midterm exam, and even if she could pass it, she will be busy handling her stalker without anybody that could help her. Without a witness, without any proof, and with 3 victims, Miyaki will most likely get expelled. In this alternate reality, Ryuin will become the main character because he is the one who will move the story further. With Sakayanagi and Katsuragi in a civil war, Ryuin will undoubtedly gain a huge success in their first special exam, resulting in more than 150 class points and a 200-point contract with Katsuragi. Without Ayanokoji interference, Class A will get 220 points, B class will get 140 points, and D class will most likely end up with 30 or a bit higher. In this timeline, there will be no fight between Horikita and Ibuki because Ibuki will just take a picture of the keycard with her unbroken camera, so Horikita will never retire to the ship. Chabashiro will not threaten anyone and soon give up on her dream to reach Class A. And of course, Koenji will always do what he needs to do. The Zodiac exam will be another turning point and the true downfall of D class. This is where Kushida will start her move to expel Horikita. By collaborating with Ryuin, Ryuin would gain access to all the VIP names. He might be only attacking Class AA, so the final result will be 150 points for C class and negative 150 points for A class. This result could bring C class up to B class. For a note, Karizawa K will definitely fall under Manabe Mercy. Or worse, her secret might spread to the school, which could lead her to withdraw from school with her own will. Hirata couldn't save her, and Class D will once again lose all their class points. There will be no more hope for Class D with at least 5 students already getting expelled. The sport festival will become especially tough for them. Without Pseudo, they are not going to have any moral support, but the final result will not be so different. Not to mention Kushida will leak their participation sheet to Ryuin, which will lead to Horikita falling into their trap. Horikita will need to pay 1 million points to Ryuin, but there is no way she could get that much point. She will end up always in debt and might be forced to do what Ryuin wants. The paper shuffle exam will be a bit different than we know. With Ryuin already beaten D class, he will switch target to B class Ichinose. However, if B class chose to attack A class and vice versa, the pair match will be no different than we know. But in this timeline, D class will lose once again due to Kushida betrayal. It's possible that a duel between her and Horikita will also happen in this exam, which will result in Horikita expulsion. However, considering her lack of development, I doubt she has enough courage to challenge Kushida, especially knowing that Kushida has full support from Ryuin. There is no one who could stop Ryuwen in this timeline. He will keep becoming the class leader and making his move in every special exam. Mixed training camp will be his greatest show because there is a chance to expel someone. In this exam, he will aim to expel Ichinose. Ryuwen could use the same strategy as Nagumo by using one of his classmates to rig the Ichinose group. Considering Ichinose nature, she will not drag anyone with her, even if she gets expelled. After expelling Ichinose, the battle between Ryuwen and Sakayanagi will finally begin. Without Ayanokoji, there will be no class vote exam because Tsukishiro will never come to school. And because there are already a lot of expulsions, the final special exam will most likely have no expulsion penalty. In the final special exam, the first battle between Ryuwen and Sakayanagi will begin. A class will have a higher ground, but Ryuwen could always pull a dirty trick against them. Sakayanagi will probably win, but this is just the beginning of their long rivalry in their school life. After this point, there is no need to wonder further. The next 2 years will only revolve around Ryuwen and Sakayanagi. The other two classes will most likely become their pawns and left behind. This is what will happen if Ayanokoji never comes to school or refuses to take action. There will be no development for Horikita, there will be no balance between four classes, and the pile of expelled students will continue to rise. Even the slightest change could destroy everything. If only Ayanokoji and Horikita were put in different seats, or even if their eyes didn't meet on the bus, everything would be different. Just like a butterfly wings, their flap could create the entire series.